guess I should have technically looked that up before I started the stream. But this is Rudy's list, and if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken, I clearly not memorized the list, but I believe Harlan had one deputy over one knight. I don't think there was anything else different. So this has kind of been the flavor of the week deck, and a lot of people have been playing it. Ginger streamed it. A lot of people have been playing it on Arena. Here, we'll give it a try. I think this card amuses me. The 29 creature deck that has quite a bit of card advantage. I'm not sure if the decks that I would want to bring Time Wipe in versus, that I wouldn't just rather have the life from Cleansing Nova and not really care about a creature. Hey, we're paired versus a 0-3. Scoot that over there. Well, we have one land, so we'll mulligan. We have no green land, but whatever. I'm not going to mulligan again, especially when our opponent's mulliganed. I stand by these decks don't have enough green sources to really be playing Llanowar Elf, and you don't have enough green sources to be playing Llanowar Elf. I think the deck gets significantly worse. Well, that's not our green source, so I guess we're dead. Cool. This is the fairy, we're just going to pick them up. I really don't even know how to sideboard here. I think they have a decent amount of flyers. I really don't think this card will be good here. Don't think they have any enchantments I care about. Okay. Hey, protopeans. Prototypings. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, we have lands. We play Magic. buy our only card. Hey JJ, what is going on? Guess we'll leave the Frilled Mystic up. This doesn't seem intelligent, but feels like I just telegraphed it, but ooh, that one's neat. So this can only get creatures for us. So based on what opponent does, I guess it affects what we do. Guess I'm gonna play this one then. Feels like they're holding up a removal spell. Oh, what punishment? Feels like opponent has to play something. That was a mistake, actually. But we don't have the mana for the other one, so. A boom. Well, we're doing things. I don't know if our things are good enough. But they are things nonetheless. Okay. Kind of a weird turn to me. I want to play this. But I also want to deal some damage to them. Yeah, give the static abilities give all our things flash. The +1 gives up to one target creature vigilance and reach, and the -2s look at 3 cards, exile one face down, put the rest on the bottom of your library. As long as the card remains exiled, you may look at it and play it if it's a creature card. I don't think we're just going to win next turn with an attack, so I think we have to do this. This actually gives us a few options this turn. Don't care about that. They only have one card in their hand, too. It needs to be an answer to this, probably. Is it? Wow. Kinda strong, I guess. What if it was better to target the Growth Spiral Chamber with the reach effect? Yeah, it seems like it was. If they attack, they're dead. So I think it's fine to put it on top. Oh no! If they attack, they get to get a blocker. I'm so bad. I just threw this game. Threw any chance I had at winning this game. I'm so bad. Why did I put that on top? Oh wow! I'm tilted that I'm so bad. In my mind, they didn't get the attack. I'm playing this because they've already showed us counter spells. In my mind, they wasn't going to attack. If they brick this turn, we still have 3 lethal attackers. Well, no, I guess we don't. I did not deserve to win that game. Oh, I'm so stupid. So stupid. Kinda want these back in the deck now. Maybe at least these. I guess I just don't. Oh, I'm certainly not on the ball tonight. Yeah, we'll keep another hand that's having mana issues. That's the problem with these decks. Consistent mana issues. Like how we always draw a growth chamber too. I don't care a lot if they kill this. Though, like, obviously we just die if they have Thief of Sanity on 3. 3 outs to it in the deck. Yeah, they have it. They really have to think about that? I feel slow road. Even more tilt. Just don't even have an out, I don't think. I already hate this deck. Alright, well, should have attacked. Wonder if I should bring in time warps in this match. Like, it chose not to take a Krasis last turn. It chose not to take a Shalai one turn. I can't imagine us being able to beat anything. to discard. It's the last card I consider useful in my deck besides the other Krasis. I guess we have to hope they can never kill our Krasis and we draw our god now? Is that our avenue to prosperity? Yeah, I guess I should use this. I can cast it this turn. Might as well. Probably should have even attacked with it. Probably being too defensive at this point. So what are you into today, JJ? I wonder what two cards they took from me that they're not casting. I forgot to pump my I forgot to put my growth spiral chamber. Or my growth chamber guardian. I'm just like not even focused now. I'm losing so bad. Or feel like I'm losing so bad. Maybe I'm not losing. I have 3 4/4s that can attack. They break again. Maybe we can do something. This does not look like a brick. It's like a very good spell. Wish they were at 6 and I hadn't punted last turn. Can I counterspell any spell I can counterspell at this point in the game? I feel like they have another Deputy of Detention. Because I feel like they almost used it last turn. Well, if they did, I guess they would have used it this turn for sure. There's quite a few decent blink cards. Little Teferi can blink it, for example. We have 3 Little Teferis in the deck. So they have a removal spell for sure, or they're dead. So I have to assume they have a removal spell. Nope. They just didn't feel like blocking enough to survive. They might have done that because they were 0-3 and just thrown us a bone. Like they probably have the deputy or something in their hand and just didn't feel like beating us. That's nice of them. It's the same thing I do to people. I always give people a free win. If I can. Or I try to. That could be what went on there. I'm not really sure. Like, they were aware of the 4 creatures, so I'm almost confident that was just them conceding to us. Now I don't know if they had the thing in their hand or not, but so we're gonna say thank you, opponent. Thank you, Panjay. The man of this deck's not impressed yet. It's kind of interesting that we're struggling with both the amount of mana and the colors of mana, especially because if you consider the druids and the elf mana sources, that means we have 32 mana sources in the deck. And these are technically ways to find more mana sources, but like I don't feel like I've had the right amount or colors out of their game. There's not a whole lot of blue mana in the deck. There's 14 blue mana and then four druids, and I want to cast these double blue spells. Like the thing that draws me to this deck that makes me think this deck is really sweet is the mystics. But if now that I look at the mana and I see there's only 4 breeding pools, 4 hallowed fountains, and then the 6 buddy lands, like I don't know how reliable that I feel like casting the mystics are. That makes me really downrate the deck a little bit. Ted Panic's a very quality player. Alright, well, we don't really have anything going on here, but we do have the Fabled Turn 1 Llanowar Elf, which isn't something that I think happens very often, and I think that we just have to keep this type of hand and hope we draw into an Avivian or a White God or just something. I'll go ahead and play them both because if they have a thing, I'm going to be pretty excited about it. Like if they had a Thought Scour for the god, we would have got to pump this up and attack for 3, which obviously isn't great, but it's not nothing. As soon as they have a removal spell, they go ahead and use it here. The 7th land and the 10th mana producer technically, and sorry, the 9th mana producer. Alright, well, sweet, we lose. Opponent gets arrow catcher. Thief of Sanity just smashes us. There is Deputy of Detentions in our deck, so like maybe it's not 100% over, but it's like clearly pretty bad for us, and there's a good chance they just find something better than the White God here. I have nothing. You're Gucci. We really need to find our Krasis. That's what'll push this draw into overdrive. Okay, Time Raveler. This is kind of a nice one. Let's start with this. We're going to bounce that. And we're going to play this. Take this. I don't think I'm worried about saving either of my cards, so I think I'm going to attack and make them block. Which they don't really have to block here, I guess. But even if they kill both of our creatures and both of our planeswalkers, I don't think I'm in the mood to care about that. Maybe I'm supposed to be in the mood to care about that, but it feels like we have so many good draws that there's no reason for me to care about it. I assume this isn't going to survive, but a bunch of creatures is always fun. Oh, never mind. We just didn't get anything. How do we not get anything there? Well, the cool thing is I don't really care if they bounce this. We have to try again with protection now? Well, that's game, right? Yeah. We take the humans. We have the counterspell back up in case they did have one of those unplayable 1-mana removal spells. Alright, maybe I can't take the deputies out of my deck. I definitely want this card, though. I definitely don't want this card. That's the only thing I know for sure. I think I can shave on one of these as well. As I run off to Twitter to see if Rudy's posted a sideboard guide for this deck. Yeah, so now I go look on Harlan's and see if he posted one. I do not. So how do we fit any of these cards in? Do we just not? This card seems like it has to be decent here. Yeah, this hand does not seem like we can play Magic with it. Pretty sure you have to mulligan every hand with this deck that doesn't have some sort of mana production. That felt kind of good. Do I just tick this up now because I want to be able to use it on whatever they play next turn? And feel horrendous if they bounce it or something? We will protect our time traveler. Counterspell anything they play now. Might not be able to take this kind of controlling route versus them. Ooh, that's a kind of a neat one. Teferi, do Teferi things. Give them multiple planeswalkers to deal with? I guess that's okay. Maybe it's bad because we know Big Teferi, but I think they're just going to get Big Teferi to resolve whenever they feel like it anyway. I don't think there's a significant amount I can do about that. Huh. pretty good. Oh, well, we have things in play. Some of them better than some of them. Yeah, I think I want that again. There's no chances that they don't have anything else. We gamble. Well, they do. Hmm. I just want to play these two. A weird one to tuck. Oh, it's because they have another. Never mind. Significantly less weird when they have another. I'll lose this game. I thought we were a year ahead, too. I can't do anything else with that. I think our cards are so powerful that I have to do this. I'll probably bounce this and finish this off. I just want to draw a card. There's so many haymakers, though. So I have another deputy that we know about. We're hoping to be able to mystic on it on the way down. I know, they have more. Hopefully their last card's not also something, though I think they'll just pop this off for 2 right now. Anything to save this seems worth it. Oh, really? Don't care about saving that. Hmm. Well, guess we'll start by attacking it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With one more left open. So we can look for our deputy of detention. I think it's fine. Guess I want to Shalai. Well, hey, Big Lawson, thank you for the follow. Sorry, 16 minutes ago. I am apparently really bad at this. Oh, well, opponent drew all the cards. Just all of them. What do we do now? Probably start with this. Just kill this and attack with everything. Or take it up. Huh. Apparently we're just going to kill that and attack with everything anyway. So depending on what they do, we can do different things now. We can put 2 4/4s into play. Or we can like try to not get counterspelled and play this. Ugin seems reasonable. Seems like a minus Ugin. Be honest, they didn't do a whole lot with those cards. Don't get me wrong, they're not in bad shape or anything, but you would have expected more, right? attack Ugin with these three. And you with the big one. Another Soren. Soren's really sweet when playing Hostage Taker in that manner. I think they have a Deputy of Detention though, and they do need to reset this Vivian, so. That one's not going to do it. Down to one card, that could be it then. Yeah, because we were going to get to play this for another 4/4 and that for another 4/4. So I think they're playing. I think Ted was playing the list that Ginger played, and I wonder where it came from. It's another player that I recognize as a strong player. Where did Ginger's list come from? I might have to log on Discord later and ask him. How about Keith? I'm going to put this back over here. Somebody asked me to remove it, but I just like being able to see things without switching to the other monitor. I feel like this is going to be a hard match. I've done pretty well versus it, and they're on the play. Another thing I don't like about this particular deck in this match is I like to sideboard out Mana Dorks versus red, and I just don't think like this deck can sideboard out Mana Dorks. So we'll be bringing in these 5 and these 2. Well, it's playing rather slow for some reason. Maybe they're duo queuing or something. Now we need to draw a Knight of Autumn. I think that's probably our only real chance. Maybe a Deputy of Detention, but I think they just have a removal spell for it. I think we're on Knight of Autumn or bust. Because Knight of Autumn gains us 5 life. Well, 4 to 5. They have land, Chain Whirler, it would only be 4. But they don't, it's 5. 5 life might be enough to let us voice of plenty into our god and win, but I doubt it. Alright, we're dead. We don't have an out now. We're taking another 5. They have 2 cards in hand. We know they're not lands. Think we can scoop? Because assume these 2 are lands, just for the sake of it, and assume they draw 10 lands in a row. So we play Shalai next turn, and block and go to 2. The next turn we play this and go back to 3 and block and take 1. I don't know, I guess we could win under those exact circumstances. I don't know how opponents taking 5 minutes to play this game though. Can't beat that. Let's get rid of some expensive spells and some clunky spells to cast. These Vivians don't seem good here either, really, do they? I guess anything that can come down and try to draw some other card seems okay. Our 5-mana spell doesn't seem like where I want to be. Oh god, my phone's ringing, I'm sorry. It was my alarm to get up and stream if I had not gotten up to stream already. guess I'm gonna play this because I assume whatever I play is gonna die, and I would more prefer they kill this than something else. Hopefully we draw some lands. Again, don't really care. Ah, big money on Sunpetal Grove next turn. That's what we want to see. I don't think this Chandra's particularly good. They have the third lava coil? They do have the third lava coil. What a savage. What a savage. Wow. The run hots. Alright, I'll block. I don't know how we win if I block, but I think I still have to block. I literally don't actually know how we can beat this card now without drawing a Deputy of Detention in a couple of turns. Making a 3-3 doesn't seem particularly relevant. This match just seems very bad for our deck. Especially when they're drawing well. And I believe this opponent's drawn above average. I don't have an option. I have to just call. They have a spell, I'm dead anyway. Getting a little lucky here. They've hit quite a few lands in a row now. We're still not in great shape, though. We have to play this. We don't have an option. We have to bounce that, or we're dead. Oh, you can't. Never mind. We are just in fact dead then, and I made a big player. We hit Deputy of Detention now. I should have played this. We had a chance if I'd played the other. Now I have no chance. That was horrible, but I have learned what this card does now. We didn't really have a chance either way, by the way. because they get 7 cards, and they'd find something in those 7 cards to beat us. Yeah, and they found 3 points of burn. So, but I gave ourselves no chance to win when we did have a small chance to win had I made a different play. Well, that sucked. I don't think that match is a match we're going to win very commonly. Very often. Especially when they draw multiple lava coils. I think the few games we do win are because of Shalai. So when they can answer it. Alright. So, hey, we've got the fabled turn 1 Llanowar Elf again. We drew another growth spiral. Seems like this is happening often. Don't have double blue again. We'd like our spot here if we had double blue quite a bit more. Or if we didn't get stuck on lands again. Oh, lands, oh, where are the lands? Do I care about that Teferi? Can't really imagine that I do. Cuss out loud. We again just can't play our spells. Starting to get frustrating. They have a Mortify. I'm gonna be real sad. Or even a Spark. I mean, we don't have the mana to play that, but yeah, I guess it could have been impactful at some point. Alright, well, don't have it. They had it, or didn't have it. They shocked for something. they drew it now. I guess I'm gonna look for lands. Because we have shock lands, I'm going ahead and doing it now. They have 4 cards, none of them are lands. They somehow have better card advantage this game, even though they've used all their mana every turn while we've been sitting over here wishing we could draw stuff. Hey, what's up? We're getting crushed right now. At least I don't care about this Vivian. So it makes it easy to block these 3. What are you into today? They know about our multiple counter spells here, so. It's not going to stop me from using them. I literally use them on anything I can. Soren could be a problem. I gotta do that at some point today, too. I guess I'm gonna block here. Like, I kind of value this thing's life total. If it dies, it dies. I still think I have to try this. So there's... So we kill Soren this way. These games are super grindy. Multiple different things we can do again. The day's been going pretty well, that's going to be a problem unless we can find our Okecha. I can't complain. Wonder if I should have countered that with Frilled Mystic. Feels like at this point in the game they just have to be able to play something better than Frilled Mystic, though. Like a Thief of Sanity is something I would rather counterspell. Yeah, they're playing a Thief of Sanity. Decent. I have problems with all of these tokens, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to attack with the 5/5. Let's counter mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, and 1. Alright. So we have enough mana for everything that we can actually do. It's unlikely that we're going to be able to protect Vivian again. Oh gosh, no, not that. They were in rough shape now. And I played poorly. I had a Frilled Mystic that I just completely blanked on having. I deserve to lose this game. I'm playing so bad. Wow. I just didn't use my Frilled Mystic there. Hey McCarty, what's up? Coming to watch me be the worst Magic player on Twitch? I just forgot about it. It's up here in a corner and I'm not very bright. Put baby in a corner and I forgot about it. It's a game costing type mistake as well. They just won't be able to keep up with their card advantage anymore. Attacking here is probably wrong too. I'm probably supposed to wait until I get another Deputy of Detention. Since we're never going to plow through this stuff. Like, I'm never going to reach a board state to where I'm doing more than they are with their heroes each turn. Yeah, I'm fine. Can't believe I made that big of a mistake. And a third hero. At least we get to counterspell that. I think I'm just going to have to minus this at this point and try to find something. There's a deputy. What can we do with this deputy? We can get the tokens, attack with everything to his face. Is that going to be enough to get us anywhere? Can kill the heroes, attack with everything to his face. Nope, nothing to give anything trample with. Oh, sweet. You're so good, Vivian. Vivian has been good. I can't really complain. I don't think I care if they kill either of these. None of my spells really seem to do anything now. I think I could have won this game with better play. I don't know if it's winnable with the plays I made. We don't have any more deputies, so we can't do anything about the crisis. We get the fairy and bounce it to our hand, maybe? They've got a good double block and a good single block here. There's a good double block. They go down to 2. They couldn't have double blocked if I had attacked with both deputies, but if I attack with both deputies, they get their hero back for 3, and I don't know how we win. If their hand's bad and they can't handle my deputy, maybe we get in there? Alright, well, they get 3 more cards. If they pass, we can draw a Mystic and still win. They did not pass. They have Bell Haunts in their main deck. That was a neat draw. If I attack with everything, what happens now? they eat this here, they block. So they have. If I attack with these two as well, they just block these 4 and take 4. Alright, well, we're not doing that then. This seems like the correct block. Pumping now just in case they have some kind of instant speed moment of weakness top card, but it doesn't change my attacks. They still lose the exact same amount, still have 2 things, and we still have the same permanents. The positive note is they have to kill this now to do anything. If they didn't have a removal spell last turn to get their hero back, they won't have it. They won't have 2 this turn. They might have 1. I guess I could draw a little Teferi, put it in my hand, get another removal, but that's a bit of a problem. Because that gets them a hostage taker back and an additional 2 blockers. Oh wow, they did have 2 removal and they made those plays? I'm mind blown that we're going to lose this game. I don't know what our opponent did last turn to make sense to have those 2 cards in their hand here. I legitimately don't know what just happened. Wow. You still have those 2 cards. Been taking out the deputies here, but I don't know if I should. We didn't draw our lands for about 1,000,000 turns that game, and I made about 1,000,000 play mistakes, so I can't be upset that I lost. I didn't deserve to win that game. Missing on Vivian twice kind of sucked as well. And we have the Fabled Llanowar Elf again, but we have the Fabled No Blue Mana again. I don't think we're ever passing on a turn 2 Vivian, though. And even if they have like the rest, we at least still have Incubation. I'd rather play this. Alright, can we draw some lands? Our deck's like 32 mana sources, so. Well, the answer to that question is no, we cannot. Could have played that at instant speed, I guess. Thought the Baffling End would be better on a Thief of Sanity. I don't know why I'm playing that now. Oh, I'm so bad to have little Teferi. Oh, I just want to shame concede. How am I playing this bad? I just want to shame concede. Oh. I just want to draw lands. What's so hard about that? I don't think this game's winnable anymore. I think I've made too many mistakes and we're too far behind. Find a land world, I guess, so that Soren can kill it. No, there's no news in this deck list. It's all built around the stupid white god. Oh, I'm in pain that I'm playing so bad. I literally can't win. Wait, can you just kill it? Nah, I can't win. Planeswalkers snowball too easy. Alright, I'm gonna try to play a game where I don't make 1,000 mistakes. Hey, we know this player. This player is very good. This player will get really mad if we beat them. They like to yell and cuss a lot. This is the third Esper mid-range deck we're playing paired versus. I can't spell anything they play here. My goal is just to get out in front. Alright, well, they were the one that missed the mana drop this game, and we got to take full advantage of it by just pressure, pressure, pressure. So that's kind of neat. I kind of want these time wipes, but I feel like the big problem out of their deck is their million planeswalkers. So I don't really feel like that stuff helps me any. know about all of these Teferis in this match either. They seem a little wonky. I'll leave one this time and take out one growth chamber. I've been taking out all the Teferis and leaving in the growth chambers, but this hand doesn't seem like it's a hand that wins, but it does seem like it's a hand that doesn't mulligan. It's hard for me to mulligan when we have our lands and at least one answer to a Thief of Sanity. I feel like Thief of Sanity is the card that snowballs the best for them. Don't really care if they kill this. It's better than them playing a Thief or a Teferi for us, I think. Huh, the art of that card's very different. I think I'm just going to replay it. I already feel like we're probably far enough behind that it's going to be very hard to win. I don't think they had their best opener, but I think they had their second best opener. Notice we didn't draw a mana producer this game. And I said very early into the stream that I don't think we're going to win very many games that we don't have a mana producer with this deck. It just doesn't seem like it's built to. The cards we play on curve just don't feel powerful enough to me. I don't think I care that they're playing a second one of those. Already don't think I can beat the board, so... I was going to play a Vivian, but this seems better than just playing Vivian. Their deck's just a whole lot better at protecting Planeswalkers than ours, I think. Guess I'm just going to play this. They use a removal spell on it, the game's over, but the game feels relatively over anyway. I showed them this before I attacked because I want the Thief of Sanity dead. So I'm like trying to give them a reason to block. When I could have just attacked first and tried to pick off a human. Huh. So we're dead. They can deal 7 this turn. We can't deal with the board and that. Actually, I guess because they could still bounce our one thing, we couldn't deal with it all. It was just too much. Maybe Time Traveler's better than I'm giving it credit for. Maybe these Vivians just aren't enough. Just cut one of them. Really just don't know what to cut. We have a mana producer. If we draw one of our 6 planeswalkers, this is pretty lit. Could have lost that game when I didn't get rid of their toy early. We had an opportunity where we could have got rid of the hero of Precinct 1 before they did anything. But I was so scared of Thief of Sandy that I didn't. That could have been the big error of that game. Off to a little bit of a head start this game. We'll have to see what they have. I think I punted this turn. I should have pumped this instead of playing this. Like, putting this onto the table when they could have a Wrath of God's really, really bad. I should have just pumped this and used this mana to cast Baffling End. And that would also have made our Hydroid Crassus much better on this turn. But I'm not known for quality play, so... I see the lines like right after it's too late. But I should have spent another, 30 seconds and figured that out before I did that. I think I'm fine trading. They wouldn't have been able to do that had I made the other play. I just did really bad when I made that other play. We're still looking okay here. Yeah. Still looking okay. Like, we're looking in really good shape, but how much better would this shape have looked had I not made that horrendous play error? I think it's just really hard to go long versus these Esper decks. We really have to get on the table and just attack. I'm not quite sure how to sideboard versus them. But feels like we got a little bit lucky there. I think this deck just performs a lot better when you have a turn 1 Llanowar Elf and or like maybe 2 mana producers early. There's so few green sources. Like there's 11 untapped green sources, so having a turn 1 Llanowar Elf is not real easy. But again, this is just one league, not very many games. The deck felt like a different deck in power level when you were ahead on mana compared to when you were behind or even. And I know that sounds like that would just be an obvious statement and irrelevant to make, but like a lot of decks, like Sultai Midrange, for example, even if you don't have your Llanowar Elf, it still feels like you can have a cohesive game plan. This deck just feels like if you don't have a Druid or a Llanowar Elf, you can't. This White God I made quite a bit of fun of on Arena because I'd opened 4 of them and I wasn't happy about it, but this card is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. The 3 mana Planeswalkers still are ridiculous. Any deck that can play it on my head, on curve, seems like it's got legs to stand. Makes me think that there has to be some kind of Gruul list out there that's playable because you've got access to Vivian and Domri and Llanowar Elf and green sources for your Llanowar Elf. I think people are messing up because I don't think you want the 3 red mana for Goblin Chainwhirler in those lists. And I also don't think... I'm not sure that you want Sarkhan, or if you do have Sarkhan, I think it might be a 1 or 2 of, and a lot of people are playing 3 or 4 of them right now, but that's just a small theory I have, because those red-green lists are really good versus, like, the red lists. They're pretty good, because they put a quick clock out, they're pretty good versus Nexus, though obviously they're not amazing. And you often need to hit like a Cindervines or something, which Cindervines isn't a card that I'm ever proud to play, so that might already be a selling or a failing point at that. But like, they're not that bad versus Esper once you have all the Planeswalkers in. They're also not that good, but like you can just add more Carnage Tyrants and things like that to the sideboard, and it feels like you can pick up some of those percentage points back. They still have Kai'Srath, but like they have to spend the Kai'Sraths early usually, and sometimes they don't have enough. And I think cards like Little Teferi aren't great versus decks like that. But what do I know? I'm just spitballing. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm pretty happy we got our pity chest, and hopefully my dinner's gonna arrive soon, because I was told my dinner would be here at 7:30, and it's not here. So I'm confused. I'm going to go make some phone calls and figure out where it is. Thank you everybody for watching, and take care.